Hi guys, welcome to the mix. It's time for another weekly roundup. And once again, I've managed to miss a weekend, but we're finding with the summer, loads of things are coming up. Yes, there are some more social engagements I'm getting pulled on, which is incredibly few and far between, but also the shop is being busier as well. I'm still moving around softwares I've been mentioning a couple of times in these recent weekly roundups, so that's turned into a much bigger job than I imagined. I could have anticipated that, and also, we've got a new team member, which again I mentioned before, but Hannah has joined us, and you'll be seeing more from her probably as she's helping out with more of the social media bits and pieces. But again, loads to show her, and yeah, that's been throwing us off behind the scenes. Also, last week we had some new bits and pieces in, but nothing that was really going to get you guys salivating and stuff, so we figured we'd bump it for a week. To further complicate, and I know you'll find this out in due course anyway, but I'm actually out of the mix for a few days next week. There's the sort of yearly family disappearance down to France that I'm going on, so that'd be great. I might actually come back with a tan. But yeah, that will actually mean there's probably no video next week. So loads and loads of little bits to try and get in here, kind of like a roundup on the roundups. Some things I haven't mentioned, some smaller things that you probably missed on site but are still worth seeing. Yeah, I'll try and dash through them so this one doesn't turn out to be hugely long. And I'm trying to do this before actually opening the shop today. So yeah, I am on a deadline, so maybe it's a good thing. Anyway. Big long-winded introduction in mind. I am here now, and we're going to start with, as always, the fun foodie bits. Both of these, you know what? I've just realised I haven't done perhaps my favourite of the fun foodie bits. Yeah, this is going to be big. I'm going to really try a whistle-stop tour of this. But obviously we've got the Optimum bars here, so there's new crisp bars have come in, 3 flavours of those. Something I never really thought I would be making a fuss about on video, but in the hunt for vegan snacks, My Protein have our attention a bit with those. And USN have a new flavour of Crunch Bar. Fortunately, I'm not going to stop the video, because it's right here. Let's just put that there for now. I'll have to remove it. We've got cookies and cream. So I did post this week. These were a lovely surprise when they first came in. USN we've never really looked to for snacks, but when the Trust Bars came out, they were, I mean, the first thing you'll notice about them, and they have gone down quite well, they launched 3 flavours. There was a salted peanut one, there's a white chocolate cookie dough one, and there was a chocolate brownie, I think. All great nutritionals, so around about 200 calories, 20 grams of protein, 2 or 3 grams of sugar, that kind of deal. They were very soft inside, so that's fairly normal. We rave about that with a few bars. Chocolate coating, crunchies, again, we're seeing that in quite a few bars. The real novelty ones with these were the sheer amount of caramel in there. And it's not like a fondant-y one, it is actually gooey, kind of pull away, split, kind of messy, sticky caramel. And there's loads of it. So that was a really big standout point for the Trust bars. And also I love promoting these because there's so many puns you can do around the name. So I had, you know, Trist and Trust for like a love affair with them. But, you know, you can trust us. These are really tasty. You know, these tried and trusty bars, blah, blah. I like the name, whatever. But Trust Crunch, yeah, you can trust in the crunch. You can, yeah, well, I'm going to show you this because... yeah, this really was a favourite of mine coming in. I mean, after the first 3, I knew this one would be pretty good, and yeah, didn't disappoint at all. So let's do a super quick one of these. Some are white chocolate coated, some are milk chocolate coated. This is obviously a milk chocolate one. I am on my own again, so I'll be running into the camera. Sorry for the shaking. There you go. So, yep, milk chocolate coated, very creamy, very knobbly, very nice. Go for the bite. Hopefully you got some caramel there. I can feel it on my lips. But there you go. Hopefully that's focusing. So not a huge amount to see inside. Let's have a look at the camera screen. Yay. Oh, it's basically very fluffy. You can see the caramel bits flaking away. Oh, I love these. The magic is the caramel, it really is. So I don't know why more of them don't put more of this stuff in. But yeah, very fluffy, truly soft centre, loads of caramel on top, chocolate crunchies and all the rest of it. They call it cookies and cream. Is it inherently cookies and creamy? Not really. The crunchies, I think there are like vanilla crunchies and chocolate crunchies, which is probably where they're going with the cookies and cream sort of Oreo thing. It doesn't really matter if it's cookies and cream or not. That's always a hit and miss flavor. Fact is, whatever this is, it's awesome. So we'll be definitely pushing these. In fact, there's a new bundle on site. So the USN Trust in the Crunch bundle or something silly like that. Now with 4 flavors, it was worth doing. And I can't imagine anyone not loving this bar. It's phenomenal. So USN, you know, again, you don't hear a lot from me doing it, but if any of you guys over there catch this, well done. Keep these coming. They're fantastic. This is also breakfast. Oh, let me show you that. Ah, I'm tripping over the mic. Just show you that again. That. Come on. You see much there? I don't know. It's a lovely mix of textures. It's kind of like somewhere between a marshmallow, a Lion bar, and a Rolo or something with all that caramel. I think that's what I put in the post. But phenomenal bars. Any one of the flavors is great, but probably this one and the white chocolate for me. I guess it's probably the sweetest. They are sweet. Okay, there's that one. Next one. Okay, we're going to go Optimum. You can optimize your snacking. Basically, Optimum Nutrition. Again, they've not had a great reputation in snacks for me over the years. They've released some good ones, but they've never been particularly popular. They've never sold really, really well. And yeah, I don't know why, because some of them do stand out and they have unique manufacturing processes as well. So they often do snacks and things that no one else is doing, which is usually a boon for us here. We like slightly different things. But of course, if your slightly different thing is a bit out of line with what everyone else is doing and it's not the current kind of prevailing taste trend, not surprising it doesn't do phenomenally well. Anyway, Optimum bars we got in a month ago, 2 months ago, sometime this year. Everything's flying. 3 flavors of those, a little bit black, a little bit austere, but very nice bars, very novel because they are so soft. So they're even softer than the USN bar I just showed you inside. It's like that, but I mean, you could pull them apart. There's a very fine caramel layer. They are thinner bars, so they can't sustain the amount of caramel those have. And there is also a certain amount of crunch. So it's lighter crunch than the Crunch bars, for example, than some of the Bear Bells bars, but there are still little protein crispy crunchies inside it. And the chocolate as well. We really like the chocolate in these. It's not, they don't call it dark chocolate, but it's kind of going that way. It's a plainer chocolate, but it does mean very low sugar for these bars. Yeah, no added sugar, 20 grams of 20 grams of protein. It just tastes good. It tastes good quality. And the winner of this one, weirdly enough, and I didn't mean to do a full roundup of these again, was the, I keep hitting that, was the Rocky Road. So Rocky Road doesn't tend to be a super best-selling flavor when it comes to bars and snacks because it's very hard to replicate a real Rocky Road, and everyone has a different idea about a Rocky Road, what a Rocky Road is. It's very hard to translate it to a bar. I mean, it tends to sell okay, but it's never as high up as you would assume, thinking, oh, Rocky Road, mad flavor. They've gone down the fruity route, kind of like they did with their protein a bit. And yeah, it's, I actually liked that because, I mean, yeah, the chopped caramel is fantastic, it's fine. But the Rocky Road I was a big fan of because the fruitiness actually goes quite well with the marshmallow center. Anyway, Optimum bars aside, they're good anyway. If you haven't tried them, I do really, really like them. They might not have the satisfaction factor of a Bear Bells bar, a Grenade bar, yeah, the Battle Bites, but you know, all this kind of crunchy mixed texture things we've got there now, but still a great quality bar, and a little bit different. Now we've got something with a whole ton of texture. So they seem to be making up for maybe a lack of texture in those with abundance. It's also incredibly chunky, whereas those are quite sort of slim and slender. We have the crisp bars. So let's get Trust out of the way for now. We know they're good. We've got something new to talk about here. Crisp bars. So 3 flavors, chocolate, peanut butter, and classic marshmallow, as we always tend to see in these crisp bar type things from the Snap Crispy bars through to the Muscle Farm crisp bars, the BAR crisp bars, the ones from Redcon we got quite recently. Very similar texture to all of those, but Optimum's take on it. These are chunky. It's the first thing you'll notice. Usually the bars we're seeing crisp bar style, like the Muscle Farm ones, like the Snap Crispy ones. Where are those guys? These guys, which we've always liked in the mix. They're like 45 grams, 40 grams. They're quite light little bars. They're sort of cereal bar-esque. Consequently, the protein content comes down in them. These, pretty damn chunky. So protein content leaps back up. 20 grams of protein they've hit with this. Again, like with the Optimum bar, no added sugar. Peanut butter flavor, protein crispy bar with sweeteners. Yes, always sounds fantastic when they put it like that in the technical descriptions. I'm going to show you mainly the classic, so I will come in with that one. These are some of the photo bars we've done. Let's grab this, let's grab this. Okay. Kind of know what to expect here. It's a Rice Krispie square done protein bar styly. So you've got kind of proteiny cereal style, you know, Rice Krispie Krispies, drizzled on top, of course, very sweet, and with a white chocolatey, yogurty underside base. Yeah, can you see that? Woo! Thank you, Optimum. Let's get that there. There we go. Yeah, it does actually look like that. Wow. Yeah, it looks like they've got pictures of s'mores in the background there, actually. Not much of a s'more taste here because there's no chocolate or anything, but... They are quite firm. I think I kept these in the fridge, actually, which was maybe not a great idea, so I just took them out. But like a Rice Krispie square, the classic Kellogg's Rice Krispie squares, they were quite hard, quite firmly bound. Done the same thing here, so don't worry, it's not messy at least, it's not going to fall apart on you. But it's like, you know, heavily compressed wafer, intensely sweet. Weirdly enough, the texture reminds me a bit of the outright bars. I mean, firmer, but the kind of the way the stuff's been compacted inside. See, now this is breakfast. I guess the cereal-y thing. It does make it seem a lot like that. So, can I tell you it's a game-changing sort of thing? Not really, but if you like Rice Krispie squares, this is probably the most satisfying style of them we've got on the market, as sweet as you'd ever want, and nutritionally, I think we're pretty good on these, actually. So, for this bar, as I say, it's a big one, it's 65 grams or 60 grams or something like that. 217 calories, so yeah, I'll take that, that's not bad, and with 20 grams of protein, so 6.3 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, of which sugar's 3.8. Now, that's probably slightly higher than you're used to seeing in the bars, like the Grenade ones, the Bear Bells, etc., etc. Indeed, the Trust one we just showed you, but that's actually very good for Snap Crispy bars, for Rice Krispie bars. For example, this smaller one here, 4.45 grams, is 3 grams of sugar, and we've got another one here. Yeah, the peanut butter is 4, and there's a caramel pretzel that's 5 grams of sugar. So, for this bar that is, what's that, 50% bigger? Have I done the sums right there? Maybe 30% bigger, something like that. Yeah, matching that sugar for sugar. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Makes them very, very guilt-free in terms of having these, in terms of getting the low sugar and the low carb in there, given the fact this is traditionally something you'd assume would have a ton of sugar and carbs in it, and the 20 grams of protein, optimum quality, all the good stuff that goes in there. They are veggie-friendly as well, I believe. They're not gluten-free, but veggie-friendly. And obviously the marshmallow things aren't always. So that's cool. We've got other flavors. What can I show you? Chocolate. Okay, our favorite was the one I've just shown you, obviously. So the classic marshmallow. You can't beat that. For this style of bar, that's the OG. That's what you want to be tasting, for me at least. Chocolate. I'll show you that as well. I'm going to make another mess. Okay. I'm not going to bother bringing that in. Same thing in chocolate. Chocolate drizzle on top. Chocolate crunchies. Chocolate underside base. Not as sweet. Not as sweet as the marshmallow one. Understandable. Sugars are probably comparable, if not the same. Oh, hell no. Sugar's 1.8, so you've lost about a gram of sugar on that. 2 grams of sugar, what did I say? Yeah. Okay, explains it, less sweet, so that's suddenly slightly more guilt-free. I think the fat jumps up. Yeah, and the calories slightly less. Yeah, a little bit more fat. Same 20 grams of protein. Very good. That takes second place for me. Probably down at the bottom is the peanut butter. I know it sounds very tempting, but it's something I go on about a lot here. It tastes of peanut, absolutely, but it's a sort of more natural peanut that I find a bit bitter, a bit smoky. I mean, it's just not my favorite kind of peanut flavor, but it's chocolate with that peanut butter infused. Smells incredibly strongly of peanut. I'm eating everything today. It's a long week. Yeah, it's still nice. It's just down the bottom for me. It's not the way I like brands to go when they're doing peanut butter things. So marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter in terms of ranking, but they're all there. They're all on site now. Reasonably good price on them. I think it's in line with the Optimum bars. Nutritionally great. Best of the crispy bars we've got. So check them out. I think you'll like these for something a bit different. Okay. We will actually be promoting these more and more. So Optimum have been good enough to hook us up with some samples to share with you guys. So that's always great. Love it when brands kind of do us favors. Yeah, I think you'll like them. So it's one we're very, very happy to share. So look out for these in sort of mix of the month and things like that. Maybe our mystery mix and in the odd order and stuff. We'll hook you guys up, but worth trying. Very cool. And yeah, I believe they also teased, I think there's a new flavour of the Optimum bar coming, maybe cookies and cream. So yeah, we'll get that up, share that, talk about that, review that, eat that, as and when it shows. But this is what we got for now. We'll do a bundle of these as well, incidentally. It isn't on site now. I will try and do it by the time you see this video, but it's coming. Yeah, I'm sure you just want to try one or two to start anyway. Woo! Okay. Great when you start a Saturday with mad anxiety, isn't it? Dashing. At least I've got snacks for the day, huh? And I probably don't need this, but in fact, it's a good idea. No, it isn't. I'll pause this one sec. We'll do the one more snack thing first. As I said, this is not something I ever thought I would be making a fuss about here. Like my protein, so there you go. They've got new branding, which to be fair to them is quite nice. I like where they're going with it. They're obviously trying to bring the brand up market and indeed make it more of a brand rather than just a commodity seller. So that's how I've always seen them. They're just the place to go if you want, you know, cheap, if you want quantity, if you just want, okay, value, you could put it as that, but it's just, it's not what I do in the business here. We always look for niche brands and companies doing things differently. These guys just kind of do things at scale and yeah, they're known for their great prices and they're kind of everywhere. So we sort of let them do their thing and we have our own little funny pink stripy corner, and that's always been my take. I have been a MyProtein customer for years. Before I did this business, I bought loads from these guys, loads from Protein Works, all those guys. But when I started it, it's just, you know, I kind of came over to the brand side, as it were, and we concentrate on the American imports and stuff like that. And that's where my tastes and everything run. So yeah, MyProtein, they've done snacks for years, the same as my Protein Works have, and we just got their Loaded Legends. So the cool thing with these companies is to see not only are they putting more effort into a distinctive branding, which will raise their brand value and everything, that's quite cool, but they are actually looking to do genuinely different stuff and good stuff with snacks. Like in the past, I've always seen it as lazy offerings. So they've seen what's popular in the market, be it carb killers or anything else, and they've tried to do their own version, and they've just never been as good. Now they're actually not leading the field, but they're actually trying to do things differently, and I can see it going. You know, I can see the kind of guinea pigs turning in the head, as it were. Someone over there, brand managers, and the rest of it are obviously trying to actually make a bit of a difference. So fair play to them on that. So Loaded Legends Protein Works, good. They've been going down well. We always love a vegan snack. They're not easy to find, nutritionally solid, nutritionally kind of raveable. Like vegan snacks are out there, particularly not ones that are chocolate coated, low sugar, high protein, everything else. So like PhD did a great job with their smart plant bars and they're mad low sugar, loads of protein in there, quite hefty things. These are in a similar vein. They're not quite as big, not quite as high protein. I don't think they're quite as, they are as low sugar. So yeah, per bar you're looking at about 1.2 grams. So that's in line with the smart plant bars. Anyway, these ones are, what are they grammage wise? 60 gram bars, so it's kind of usual with these ones. The Smart Plant bars are ever so slightly more. 3 flavours. This is in their vegan range, and it's Carb Crusher bars. So they have non-vegan Carb Crusher bars, I believe. The vegan ones are the ones that actually stood out for us. And we've got chocolate sea salt, we've got chocolate orange, and we've got the one I've got open, actually, I think down here to show you quickly, is peanut butter. So I've got, yeah, chocolate sea salt. I'll probably say chocolate sea salt was my favourite. That's a kind of middle of the road offering, but again, I don't think anyone's going to object to this one. Can you tell if these things are vegan? Yes, you can. They have an earthy taste to them, but with the chocolate coating, the mad kind of, you know, they've got like inclusions and stuff and coatings on the outside, quite a soft centre. Just pretty cool, really, and nothing else really like them out in the vegan market, certainly not with those nutritional. So I'm going to bring in to show you just one of these, which was arguably the most mad and fun. So this is the peanut butter. So yes, yes, mad me promoting something like this, but vegetarian, vegan, low sugar, the rest of it. I never thought I'd be doing this, but like I've always said with, oh, where is it? I've always said with food bits, like if it tastes good, I will quite happily sell it, but I think you guys will enjoy it. And with the vegan stuff, we always have to make allowances for the fact the market is smaller and you have to go up your way to find good snacks. And I know a lot of people doing the diet for whatever reason it may be, ideological or otherwise, struggle for tasty things. And so I want to be able to cater for that as well. And I will literally go anywhere to do it. If it's good, if it's well put together, then you'll find it in the mix. I didn't show you this in too much detail, but with the peanut butter one, pretty standard thing. It's a triple layer bar. So you've got this straight up proteiny base, in this case plant-based. Then you've got a peanut butter fondant layer. Then you've got chocolate coating on the outside. And they've got pretzel pieces, quite savory style, slightly salted pretzel pieces coating it. So lovely mix of textures, a lot of creativity for a vegan bar. And what's also cool about this is it's peanut free. So they've done a peanut butter flavour with no nut. It's a no nut peanut butter. So they've actually used that sort of soy butter. So I bit into this without realising that, because they don't make a big song and dance about it. And I was like, that's a really familiar flavour. And combined with the kind of savoury style pretzel pieces, yeah, it suddenly chimed a lot with me. And the taste I got was kind of edamame soybean things that you eat in bags and things. Like the food doctor does them and stuff. But I was quite like those. I find them quite moreish. That's sort of what's going on in here. So it's kind of like that walnut, soy nut butter sort of thing. And I don't know why they would tick that as well. Just because you are plant-based, it doesn't mean you can't have peanut. But I suppose maybe they're thinking, oh, we'll tick a couple of allergy boxes. So I'm not sure if they sort of promised no nuts anywhere else in it, but the fact they've done it with soy, pretty cool. And yeah, I guess any of you guys who can't touch peanuts at all are looking for that peanutty style experience in a bar and you've always missed out up to this point, these guys might be damn near the only guys to actually tackle that problem. So I'll bite it anyway. Soft, flaky. Yes, there's a pea protein thing that comes through on it, but it's offset by the sweetness. And then the peanut butter savory kind of crispy thing on it. Look, I'm not going to choose this over a Trust bar. I'm not going to choose this over an Optimum crisp bar. But for vegan, nothing else like it really. And the chocolate is quite rich actually. It's not a melty chocolate, but yeah, it's got a certain satisfaction all of its own. Anyway, other thing, pretty good price on them. So there's no bundle on this as yet. We'll see how they go down because we've got a small trial batch. And the other things from these guys, to be fair to them, they do a 6-layer bar. I've seen loads of you guys on Instagram raving about them. I've bought some in myself to try. We had them with the team and everything. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. They're not significantly different versus some of our favourite like Battle Bites and things. It's a very similar vein to that in terms of format. Obviously 6 layers, but the same kind of layers and the same kind of coating and everything else. So I can't currently see a big reason to sell those, barring perhaps the lemon one, because like again, we don't have a lot of offerings in that flavour field, and that one really stood out to me. But the birthday cake, the fudge sundae, or whatever they called it, yeah, it's kind of on a par with some of these ones, even if they get some extra points for it being sort of chunky and everything else. But yeah, again, well done guys doing it. The bars do look nice. The slightly greeny teal kind of tint on these for vegan. The 6-layer bars have got a lovely light blue thing going on, sky blue, pastel blue, whatever it is. Very pick and mixy. So yeah, I like it. Not swayed over yet. Loads of other awesome brands we do, and you know, I'd always personally like to support kind of smaller companies doing things like Battle Bites and stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. We have our niche, but these ones were good enough to kind of sway us over to the my protein side. I can't say dark side because it ain't dark, but yeah, you get what I mean. So not typically what I do, but these were pretty good, and you know, the team like agreed. And for dairy free, why not? We might do a bundle. If they sell well, we'll keep them going. We'll get a bundle. There's actually a pretty decent price on them. So maybe that's the My Protein thing kicking in. They can afford to do it at scale. But yeah, in the mix now. And dairy-free wise, check them out. Oh, okay. That is snacks done. So much for being a quick video. I haven't even got a clock on me because it's on my phone. Now it's time for energy drink. Boom! Oh, yeah, I'm going to go American for this because it'll lead me into probably the first thing I'm going to tell you about here. So, yeah, let's open this. This is the Let's Make America Grape Again. So it's probably my favourite, along with maybe the classic Freedom on the America energy drinks. We have 2 new flavours of this coming, incidentally. I've forgotten the exact names they call it. One's called Victory for sure, but basically it's cream soda, which is my favourite, and there is a cherry cola coming. So 2 new flavours will come sooner or later. As soon as Doug's yeah, got enough scale to send them over to the UK, we'll get them in. Very nice, very fruity. Okay, calm down. Ooh, it's going to be a hot day today. Yeah, get the fans on in the shop in a sec before everything melts on us. It's always fun in the summer. Right, okay, so America Labs. Obviously, Patriots Way is great. In fact, we got Fortuitous Keepsakes as the bestseller of the Patriots Way. It's basically Lucky Charms cereal with a lovely sweet kind of vanilla base. Back in the mix this week. Red, White, and Boom, Stars and Pipes, all going great. Supremos. So they used to have American Minos. We never got these because I think they were actually on their way out just as we started selling more of the range. But the replacements come in bigger and better. We've got Supremos. And I'm going to bring this into the camera just because they always look great. I mean, part of the reason we love selling these is they look so fantastic. Woo! There you go. It's kind of fizzy cherry on this one, Rocket's Red Glare. It has proven to be the best-selling flavour. And we got Abe there. Honest Abe looking jacked. But Supremos, yeah. So what is this? It's a BCAA, EAA, what do you call it? Hydration and electrolytes formula. Increasingly popular. It's what Ghost are doing with their Amino IV. It's what PES are doing with their Amino IV, looking at the wrong product. Ghost are doing with their Amino, and indeed even more so with their Amino V2, of which this actually shares some kind of ingredients like the Aquamin. But yeah. It's 7 grams of BCAAs, branched-chain amino acids. It's, I think, 3 grams of EAAs, and they're ticking out all the 6 of those, I think it said. 6 essential amino acids, the remaining ones, yeah. So it's the full thing. It's not a kind of fairy dusty pixie dust thing. I mean, there's decent dosages of everything in here. Doug always delivers on that. So it's a total 10 grams EAAs, BCAA formula in general here. Plus a ton of taurine, a couple of grams of taurine in there, so that's good for kind of hydration, even nootropic effects, just keeping things working basically, and obviously Aquamin on top of that as well, which is kind of sea minerals, which we've seen in the Ghost Amino V2. Seems to be a range of benefits to this too. Obviously it's mainly geared up towards endurance, so you know, hydration, electrolyte balance and stuff, like antioxidation, load of cool bits and pieces. Again, for my part, I take it, I feel good on it, that's fine, but it tastes good. So I love these things that ultimately taste good, and I know this has got my back intra-workout. Yes, I am a bit of a supplement junkie, but this is why I kind of do what I do. But yeah, the flavours in these fantastic. This one, Rocket's Red Glare, fantastic kind of fizzy cherry sort of vibe. There's a peach one here. One of these, I love the names. Freedom of Peach. I'm not much of a peach fan, but there is also Back in Black lemonade. So a kind of black cherry lemonade-y type thing. Yes, it's more lemonade than anything else, but again, very refreshing. Always good flavours from these ones too. And they're in the mix now, so not too many of them. It's actually murder getting these in, and they are a bit of a pricey skew, but you really do get what you pay for. Same with all the America Lab stuff. It's never big enough and everything. That's crammed into it. That ethos goes into each and every tub, and we'll do a new sort of bundle and everything on these in due course now that we actually have some of them in. I should say as well, we got some of Doug's giant America Lab shakers here. Never big enough. These are pretty awesome, and there's a hidden kind of carrying handle thing. How sweet is that? So it is, what's this? I don't even know how many litres it is. So it's a full litre. It's probably like 1.2 litres actually for that, but huge giant shaker. And I think we're doing those free with any of our America Labs bundles and stuff. So check those out on site. I think we've got a couple up. There's a star-spangled stack, I think. Anyway, more from that coming. We'll have the new energies coming in, and we've got very exciting Independence Cake in the Patriots Way. So that has got red, white, and blue star-shaped sprinkles inside that, which is particularly awesome. Yes, so that will be coming, probably it could be as soon as a couple of weeks. I think they're just about to launch it in the States. Obviously, Independence Day, July 4th, is that? Yeah, he's sort of pre-launching an event he's doing over in the States right now. So yeah, we should have it before too long. That will be amazing, so get ready for that. We'll try and get samples, the usual. Okay, let's get it out of the way. Okay, another supplementy one. Yummy Sports. So we've done America, we're going to do Canadian. French-Canadian to be precise. So I went to university out there, so I always look fondly on stuff from Quebec, from Montreal, and these guys come from there as well. So because of that, there is a bit of a language thing. That's why some of the wording on the packs might seem a trifle weird to us when we're reading it, but it doesn't change the fact what's inside. It's fantastic quality, tastes really good. Yes, very, very sweet, as a lot of you have identified, but this has done incredibly well in the mix since we took a bit of a punt on it as a mad brand, and there'll be lots more coming from it. We've got their Candies BCAAs, they're great as well. Beach Ready, which is, yeah, it's just a great tasting type thing, but it's a stim-free antioxidant sort of fat metabolizing thing. It's not our favorite category in the mix, I said, but it's a great price on it, and it'll, you know, it's got a few ingredients that will push you in the right direction for fat loss and everything, particularly good around summer shredding and beach bodies and the rest of it. So yeah, anyway, that one, and there's an Angry Unicorn pre-workout. Now, we avoided this up to this point because a couple of the ingredients are not exactly kosher as far as the EU are concerned. I mean, it's not a particularly strong one, but yeah, just things like that you're not supposed to have on the label. And I think they've reformulated it. So we'll bring that one back in. And again, it's not like the maddest pre-workout in the world, but it's called Angry Unicorn. Same great quirky flavors. Yeah, it's a good workout on it. I have tried it. Bit of a fan. And we will be able to sell it soon. A good price as well. Yeah, I just said that. Anyway. Right now, the big hitter is the isoprotein. So this is isolate protein. It's about 90% pure, etc., etc. So it is really fine. You'll notice that. Some of you may like isolates, some of you not. But nutritionally, it makes it pretty awesome. So mad low sugar. They're all naturally sweetened as well. So they're using stevia in here, and they've actually done it quite tastefully. I mean, it does give them a very a sort of sharply sweet overtone to some of the flavors, particularly the ones that don't have cocoa powder in there to sort of balance them out a bit, pull it back in. But yeah, I mean, I personally love very sweet stuff. It's not a taste of stevia that offends me, and yeah, so I can't get enough of them. And it would seem a lot of you guys are with me too, because we can't get enough in. Anyway, it's been given an overhaul. We got new bags. Apparently they're sturdier, which is good because these things do love to split. And they are 30 servings now. I think that's eroded 2 or 3 servings down. It used to be 33, so I think they're now 2-pound bags, but that's more in keeping with most of the tubs and stuff we have. And it's easier to transport them too. There's less chance of it splitting. Yeah, overhauled artwork on it. Flavors have been given new names. This is something else as well, because they were called like Reese's and Nutellas. Obviously, that's treading on a few toes in terms of trademarks and brand names. Not that I think these guys were sort of big enough to merit that attention, but it is growing so fast. Everyone knew what they were pitching at. Reese's was chocolate peanut butter cups. Smarties was kind of choc candies, like cream eggs. Cream eggs, so the Cadbury's eggs sort of thing. So it's kind of obvious where they were going with it, and that was one of the fun things we liked about it. Anyway, they've tweaked the name slightly so they're more descriptive, I suppose. Still fun though. So Reese's has become peanut butter cups. That's on site now. Yeah, Smarties become chocolate candies. Bounties has become cocoa chocolate, I think, or cocoa choco they've called it. Caramilks has become caramel chocolate or chocolate caramel. Like, it's an obvious one, so you know you're going to know what you're looking at. For some weird reason, they've all got gingerbread houses on the front, but none of them actually taste of gingerbread. It's just so strange that. And I've got a couple of new ones. That's why I'm holding this up. Peppermint Bark. This is actually, I say new ones, it came out in limited editions in small packs around Christmas. So this was the Choco Candy Cane. I think that's been upgraded to full bag size in the new look. And yeah, it is more of a wintry one, I'll be honest, a kind of candy mint thing going on, pepperminty. But that's in the mix now as a new one, along with the rebrand. And not that one, this guy here, Yummy Hoops. That was actually released, weirdly enough, as mysterious flavour. So a lot of you got that, identified it was like quite fruity. They were aiming for this. So yeah, it's your standard kind of Froot Loops, Fruity Pebbles style experience, kind of, yeah, mixed fruit one. That's actually quite good for summer. Unlike the minty one, that's actually quite a good, refreshing, light, summery flavour. Other cool things that have come, you're still getting the same 27 grams of protein, all the rest of it. Nutritionals have been revised with a little bit more accuracy, so don't be scared if they've sneaked up a ½ gram here and there. It's still incredibly low calorie for a serving. They have got a sweetness meter. So that's a nice touch, kind of like a computer game, video game style thing. So for example, they're saying Peppermint Bark is about, I don't know, 75% on the sweetness meter. I wouldn't read too much into this. I mean, I agree with this one, right? So the chocolate peanut butter cup, so the Reese's is about, what's that, 55% on the sweetness meter. That's probably not far off because of the cocoa in there. It does pull it back down, as I've said before. The weird one for me, just looking at it, was that they've got the chocolate candies here, and they've got that as like, I don't know, 40%, 35% on the sweetness meter. Like, for me, this was one of the sweetest. So, yeah, like, opinion may vary on where the sweetness sits on these ones. But, yeah, the Choco Cat, the Smarties, the Pop-Tarts, which is our birthday pastries, like the Yummy Charms, they're all mad high on the sweetness meter. So yeah, you have to see how that comes out. But it should be the same great flavors you know and love. And there are some new flavors in the works. There's a cinnamony one. I think there's a donutty one. I haven't got an ETA on it, but there's new flavors in everything, actually, new look in everything. So it'll keep coming. I mean, the brand is growing really fast, kind of worldwide, but particularly in the UK. And yeah, we'll get them in here as soon as we can because it's very pick and mix, it's very mad. And the Canadian thing, big fan of it, and a good price too. So yeah, again, don't always rave about that, but yes, good value. Okay, supplements are done. God knows how long this is, and I'm probably late to open now, but I'm going to keep going. What else have we got? Okay, just syrups and sort of like little weirdy ones I'm going to talk about here, kind of baking ingredient stuff. Obviously, good friends James and Wayne over at Skinny Food Co. Another new flavour from them. We have got butterscotch. So 0 calorie, vegan, sugar-free, all the best of it, all the good stuff about their sweet syrups and indeed their savoury ones too. We've had a full restock on all of those. I think everything is on site right now. And brand new sweet one, butterscotch, bound to be popular. We opened one of these yesterday. I mean, they're crossing over so many on different flavours, and they tell me they've got Bakewell and things coming as well now. That this is just another good general sweet one, like quite a gloopy texture, so it's quite like the golden syrup one in terms of texture. Flavour-wise, it tastes like Werther's Originals. So butterscotch, yeah, classic butterscotch candies. Yeah, again, they've nailed it. So it's a great one. Millie was a big fan straight away. I think she bought a bottle, so she knows what she's talking about when it comes to sweet syrups. That'll be on her oats as we speak, I'm sure. Another good choice in the mix right now. Other syrups, we're going to go straight over to Calo Fit. I can't remember if I told you about these. I don't think I did, but it's nice packaging. I love their savoury sauces. So this is what we've had for a long time, from mayonnaise through Tasty Toscana and Sweetie Chili. Again, I think it's a brand in from Budapest. So like the English translations are a little bit wacky and wonderful on them. But again, you get the idea. But 0% fat and sugar on these. Vegan, gluten-free, lactose-free, so yeah, free from everything. They're done sweet now. So I think these were launched at FIBO earlier this year. We got chocolate and salty caramel. Chocolate, yeah, we've definitely tried the salty caramel. We dived in on that one. We love, obviously, the caramel things. It's very, very sweet, very intense, good texture on it as well. So it's on the thicker side, but it's definitely not gloopy. Yeah, strong intensity to it, almost like a liquor-style sweetness. It's one of those. And so I'd say a little would go quite a long way, and they are smaller bottles, so that's maybe a good call. Maybe they've done that on purpose, but we're very impressed with the flavour on that one. Chocolate, I imagine it's much of the same. Very, very intense chocolatey experience. But yeah, $3.99, good value on those too. Just as good as their savoury syrups, and the savoury sauces nail the textures. That's what's so great about them. In the mix now too, and they're in the same kind of bundle as the savoury ones for these. So again, when you buy, I think 3 or more, you get 5% off and everything. So if you want to buy a bunch of them, you actually save quite a bit. Okay, PB2, next one. PB2 is one of so many companies now doing sort of peanut flour, so like nut butter. Well, basically they take almonds, usually peanuts, they roast them, they tend to crush them, obviously lots of oil, lots of fat in peanuts, that all gets squashed out of it, and you end up with kind of the kind of solid matter, and the oil gets pushed out, extruded, or whatever you call it, and the oil is removed, drained off, and they basically end up drying and packaging the solid remnants of it. So it's like a flour made from the peanuts with loads of the fat taken out, which is why about 90% less fat, most of the goodness, most of the protein is actually in the matter, the fiber, vitamins, etc. So you get a lot of the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. I say bad stuff, obviously the fats are kind of what make this kind of decadent and enjoyable. So yeah, it's only like a shadow of a peanut experience if we're being honest, but it's great for baking, great for adding to shakes, great for thickening stuff up. So there's a whole world of different stuff you can do with it, and you still get the proteins and things. Anyway, PB2, Bell Plantation, I think they're now going under PB2 because the plantation connotation. And they do original and chocolate. They've done that for ages. They do a couple of wacky ones that we don't really do in the mix, probably more geared up for the American market, like grape and strawberry. Now they've got a vanilla. You see, this is more general use one, so it adds a little bit of sweetness to it, but basically it's vanilla powder along with the thing as well. This we haven't launched or done anything else with, but has been mad popular already. People are buying multiples, and I don't even think they've tried them. They're just diving in thinking, that is something I want. So per serving, 13 grams, 6 grams of protein, 60 calories, gluten-free, non-GMO, rich in taste, blah, blah, blah. So you can do loads of cool things with it, but the idea of vanilla has gone down really well. So they're in the mix now while stocks last. We've also got, I think there's their new almond flour in as well. It's a bit pricey, but they've done the same thing they've done with this, with almonds, although that one isn't flavoured. in the mix now. Just small tubs on that. They don't have the big ones yet. Final one, got 7. We got big delivery in. These are my friends over in Germany. Taking a while to get some back in. I guess weirdly, the biggest restock we got from them was probably the butter biscuit flavor drops. People went insane for those, and we've been being pestered online about them for ages. I knew they were good. I didn't realize quite how many people bought them and thought, well, damn, these are the best things out there. But yeah, those butter biscuit drops, indeed all the drops are great. They've got great texture, good value stuff as well, and the intensity of flavor. Yeah, good product, but the butter biscuit people go insane for, so we've seen 6 at a time going out, and so stock's holding for now, but we couldn't get as much as we wanted. They're always short stocked on things over there, because they're in supermarket, they're growing over there a lot. If you did try that and you miss it, you want to get it again, get it now, because it's going to disappear, and then with pallets and getting it across Europe takes longer. Anyway, we got some other stuff from them in their kind of baking range. We didn't get everything we wanted. As I said, they have some white chocolate, like 50% super high protein bars that are kind of like the Grenade white chocolate cookie bar. We wanted those too. They didn't make it, but we got their pancake mixes. So there are 3 flavors. I think we only got 2 of them, so we didn't get the original flavor, but we got cheesecake, ooh, and we got milky chocolate. So chocolate protein pancake mix. Yeah, it's a really good one, really, really good one. Great nutritionals on it. So it's very low sugar, it's quite low carb. I mean, the sugars are 1.4 grams per serving. Carbs are just 14 grams, but protein's 27 grams. So yeah, unreal nutritionals on them. And you just basically mix it with milk or water in a shaker, pour it out in a pan and stuff, and then you flip it, golden on both sides, and boom, you've got pancakes. It works really, really well. Yeah, that's in the mix now. What are these? 500 grams, 10 portions, etc. So small little tubs, but pretty cute and tasty, and yeah, they're good products. Other one from them, a bit of a weird one. Fiber syrup. Some of you guys might see this on site, think, what the hell is that? It's IMO, so it's basically, you could just use it as a natural sweetener. It's incredibly gloopy. I play with this kind of like a lava lamp, because you can see the bubbles going around in it. It's really mad. So some people just use this as drizzle on top of things as well. We've got a lot of people who come in the shop and get it for their kids. Because I think they put it on cornflakes and all sorts of things. It's great on yogurt and stuff as well. It's a great general use, all natural sweetener, but obviously, quite famously in this industry, it's what Quest use in the first place to put the Quest bars together. So yeah, it does bind, it adds a certain natural sweetness, obviously high fiber and basically non-existent sugar, so it makes the calories good and yes, no sugar. Yeah, it hardens when you heat it and stuff, so you can use it to bake into the bars and stuff that we know as Quest bars. So I think they use glucofiber or soluble corn fiber or something. So they've moved to different sources now. But yeah, that's the OG one, the isomalto oligosaccharide. Yeah, you can use it for your home baking, or you can just use it as a sweetener to put on top of things. In fact, these guys, German though they are and everything, say it's a high fiber and fat-free syrup for sweetening food. Yes. But it says, yeah, it's fiber syrup suits outstandingly as sweetener for the improvement of sweet dishes, cakes, pancakes, bars, fine, and the preparation of fluff. Okay. I can't say, I mean, I know what protein fluff is, and again, you kind of use like frozen fruits and doing that. Anna Sword Protein Powder always made that like a big thing she was famous for. I've never heard of actually using IMO in it, but in the same way that kind of eggs bind and kind of makes things rise and everything, like egg whites and stuff, it probably can work like that. Anyway, yeah, in the mix now, a little bit pricey stuff, but a little goes a long way. You can do so much cool stuff with it, and it's basically a direct replacement for the sucrine ones, which we had 2 flavors of. I think sucrine's gone in the UK. I can't get it anymore, so if anyone's been looking for it, yeah, it's basically non-existent. I think the brand is... So I'm looking for replacements on the sort of erythritol and things, and we've even started. There's like Naked Living. I put their erythritol bags, like icing sugar powdered erythritol sweetener, in the mix the other day. Very, very cute bags. So that was to replace the ones we used to get from sucrine. I need to replace the sucrine gold, because that was really popular. So I think we might have a couple of bags left, but that's the last we're going to see from sucrine. God, customers trying to come in a minute. Right, we're about done. That's it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to. A couple of restocks. Yeah, we did eventually get the Ghost Vegan pancake batter, as I said we would, as I hoped we would, as I prayed we would. Made it in. Yeah, it's going incredibly well. It is a more vegan-y tasting one. You know it's a vegan shape more than you do so with the peanut butter cereal milk, but that's because it's the absence of the peanut flour that kind of distracts in the other vegan one. However, it's very, very sweet. and it's maple. I didn't get it at first, but you shake the tub up, the flavouring mixes up and everything. So yeah, it's a very, very sweet maple. It's a great general use. It worked great as a base in things. And if you don't like peanut, well, this is your choice from Ghost. So it's the same stellar quality, same stellar mixability, creaminess, and all the great stuff that goes with this, and the no veggie spiking and all that jazz as well. So great product. It's in our kind of Ghost Vegan-y recovery bundles and the rest of it on site at the moment. New from them. I don't actually have my tub on me, which I feel bad about because Dan hooked me up. The Christian Guzman version of Legend, it sold out in 24 hours globally. And I know in the UK that was probably a couple of thousand tubs that went like that. But globally, I dread to think how many tubs they've actually got through. It's amazing. In America, they were days behind just fulfilling the orders. So yeah, the hype around that is incredible. Obviously, Christian's got a mad number of fans, so it kind of figures. But what's more, like the formula Dan and the team put into this one was unreal. I did run you through some of the stats on it, but for the full kind of 2 scoops from the tub, you were getting 6.4 grams of beta-alanine and 1,200 milligrams of alpha GPC, so like nootropic stuff in there. Not to mention, obviously, it's not a mad high caffeine one, but there's so much other stuff going on in there from kind of citrus aurantium and what else is in there? Carnoprime, which he's put in there to actually offset some of the tingles from the beta-alanine, because otherwise, 3.2 is bad enough, let alone 6.4. I have tried it. It's an insane workout. I can't say enough nice things. I was still wired messaging Dan saying, you've created an incredible product here. Even on 1 scoop, you get a hell of a workout on this stuff. Tastes amazing, as always. No bitterness associated with the strong ingredients in there. Lovely kind of lemony, kind of like a lemon light. Well, it's a kind of lemon blue raspberry, maybe they were going for. I know they've tried to shoot for that one in the past, but yeah, like a really, really tasty lemony flavour in there. Yeah, love it. It's a great product. Unfortunately, obviously we can't sell it, and it's sold out everywhere. So you might have to wait for a special release if they do another little run, or for next year. But yeah, great product. And yeah, more impressive stuff from Ghost. They're already on to other launches. They've got the Welch's Grape Amino V2 coming out. So a new flavour of that with sort of real grape powder from Welch's and stuff. More of a North American one, but yeah, still tastes damn good to us too. And many of us do know the brand. That'll be coming out, well, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, actually. So they started teasing that. Burn will be coming back. Loads of other cool stuff. But yeah, the Ghost Vegan is in there for now, and I think we've got all the other flavours, including cereal milk back too. And then final one, Green Monster. They don't actually call it green, they call it Paradise. I'm not sure why they call it Paradise, because Paradise makes me think of kind of tropical cocktails. It isn't that, it's a kind of apple cum watermelon one. So, what's the word for it? What's the brand? Jolly Ranchers, that's it. So it's a sort of Jolly Rancher style flavour, like that sort of hard candy one, and it is a weird apple watermelon crossover, but whatever it is, it's really tasty. So we can never get enough of these. Again, we got a redelivery. We haven't got enough of these. Grab them while you can. God knows when this is coming to Europe, hopefully soon. But in terms of the Ultras, this is number one. Well, this is tied with probably the classic white for me. I do like the red on occasion, but yeah, this is an amazing flavour. Honestly, the grape I was probably a bit meh about, and blue, it's okay. But yeah, nothing to write home about. This one really is. This one's genuinely amazing. So that actually impressed me. And I'm drinking all sorts of energy drinks. On energy drinks, oh God, we have got Galaxy Burst Rays coming in the week ahead. That should be in on site probably Monday, actually. And so that's a sort of Starburst themed one from them. So very strong energy drink as well, but it has gone down well for us. I love the strawberry one, the sort of pina colada vibe there, the strawberry colada. Everyone loves the guava mango. But yeah, I've heard great things about the Galaxy Burst. We'll have that too. Also, we've got MTS redelivery this week ahead. So some of the flavours MTS Way coming back, all the red velvets hopefully, plus all the outright bars. So the almond ones are back at last. Loads of you guys have been chasing for those. Butterscotch, ditto, and new banana walnut in the peanut. So Mark raves about this, and indeed they've just announced s'mores. So these are only getting better and better. But banana walnuts coming in, very niche, very different. That banana and peanut butter combo, it's a classic. So let's see how someone does it in a bar. I haven't had a bar like that in probably years. What else? We've got Chewy Fruit Ruckus coming back in. These guys. And the pancake mix. So we've got his pancake mix coming as well. That's a chocolate peanut butter outright pancake mix as well. Mark's been doing loads of stuff on his Instagram stories and stuff, making pancakes with it. Looks really, really cool. And it's bound to taste pretty good as well, because he's got some serious kind of peanut butter creds from the outright bars at this point, so he knows his stuff. Okay, I will stop it there. I am late to open the shop, but I wanted to get all this across to you guys. Yes, you can see it all in the mix now. Some great tasty bars, some vegan-y things. America Labs, Yummy Sports, loads of syrups and stuff as well. I will say goodbye for now. It won't be next week for the next video. It'll be the week after that, but back with a vengeance then. A whole bunch of new stuff, hopefully a tan. Yeah, till then, have a good one, and bye for now.